Hello guys, it's time for another battle, and this time we're gonna let the Spartans and the other mainland Greeks to rest a bit, and we're gonna shift our focus back to the war-torn island of Sicily. For this battle we will play Cronium 376 BC. And as you can see, this is these scenarios are not in any of the core packs of the standard game or the base game and their expansions, but this is a bonus booklet of 3 scenarios. They are downloadable on the GMT Games website if anyone is interested. So Cronium it is, and well, 376, we are of course seeing some Greeks here. It's Syracusans this time, and Carthaginians on the other side of the field. And well, about this time the Carthaginian power on Sicily was at its height, more or less. They have very much control of western Sicily and also big parts of the northern island. But, well, this is taking place in what is called the Sicilian Wars. They group together there. They are actually, I think it's separated 3 different wars. And this would be in the Second Sicilian War when this took place. And well, it's kind of messy to try to explain, what happened on Sicily at these times, because I mean, this is even before the Romans entered the stage, and well, basically, it's the old story when Ionian and Dorian Greeks battling each other and plea for help from their mother cities. Sometimes they plea for help from the Carthaginians. Sometimes the Carthaginians respond, sometimes not. So yeah, and then we have the the Italiots. We have other Greeks, so sometimes they interfere here and so forth. So it's a mess at this point of time on Sicily, actually. Anyway, this battle is a kind of a revenge attempt for Himilco Mago, because the Syracusans are led by a man called Dionysus at this point of time. He's the tyrant of Syracuse, and just before this battle, I think it was a year before or maybe 2 years before, 378 or 377, I'm not sure. There was another battle in a place called Kavala, where General Mago was battling Dionysius, and it was a crushing Greek victory. Mago was killed along with thousands and thousands of Carthaginian soldiers or allies, and after that his son Himilco Mago rebuilt this army, and well, of course, with a lot of mercenaries as usual in the Carthaginian army, and sought to get a revenge on Dionysus and the Syracusans, to avenge his father's death. And this is what we are seeing here. Dionysus is, of course, being confident to beat the Carthaginians again, and he has actually fielded that it's not only Syracusans here. I mean, we have I think actually the right hand side of this battlefield is the Syracusans, and they are, by the way, led by Dionysius' brother Leptines, located there. Here we have some other Greek allies in the center. and probably some Italiots here. And on the left hand side they fielded what is called barbarians, so and Gauls. So I think we are seeing actually I think we have some Greeks here as well, Greek mercenaries. I think these heavy unit here is symbolizing Greeks, and then you have warriors you see here, and so that's Gauls for sure. And probably have some Gallic cavalry here, and this is probably Greek cavalry, the medium one here. But yeah, so it's not only Syracusans here. It's basically the right hand side of the battlefield that's Syracusan, and Himilco Mago, his army is also well, it's soldiers from all over the place. I mean, in the center they have fielded most of the Libyans, including these dreaded heavy chariots here, and Himilco Mago is commanding this Libyan force here. On the flanks they have Greeks, probably Italiots as well. I'm not sure, but I believe Taras was at this point of a time an ally to Carthage, so more or less at least. So they were happy to battle Syracusans, I think so at least. And as you see, we have some heavy infantry here. I can imagine these are actually Greek hoplites you're seeing here, but otherwise it's soldiers from all over the place. I mean, we have slingers, probably Balearic slingers here. We have warriors, so we have Gauls here. We probably have soldiers from the Iberian Peninsula, and so forth and so forth. So yeah, very a big diversity of unit types here. This is, in the game wise, I think this can be fun, because we are not used to seeing that much cavalry, chariots, and you know, I mean, we're seeing heavy cavalry here for the first time, I think, on both sides actually. So this can be fun. Anyway, the battle started with Syracusans pressing on in the center, and they were actually winning the center battle here. But things were not going that well on the flanks. The flanks were pushed back pretty hard by the Punic army, and also Leptines did fall on this battle, so he became a casualty here, and basically these flanks eventually routed, got away, and by that the Syracusan center was doomed, because the flanks could home in on those guys and crush them, and as it said, a slaughter commenced after that, and the Syracusans were badly beaten, and actually Dionysius had to sue for peace after this battle with the Carthaginians. So this was a real big victory for the Carthaginians. I mean, we're not used to see many Carthaginian victories of the Greeks in a big pitched battle. Those are easily counted, I guess, but this is one of the great victories by the Carthaginians over the Greeks. And of course, Himilco Mago, this must have been a really glorious moment for him, because he did revenge. He got his revenge for his father's death the year or 2 years before this battle. So, as you can see here, it's this downloaded file. It's not very clear here. I mean, it's a bit of blurry graphics here, but we'll look at the battlefield in a moment on the actual battle board. But let's take a look at the War Council first, and we have the Carthaginian army having 6 command cards. We are seeing the Syracusans with 5 command cards. The Syracusans will though start the game. They move first, and we will battle till 7 banners, so this is a fairly big one. and it should be, I guess, because this is a big battle. I mean, we have probably all in all, I don't know, 60, 70,000 men maybe fielded here. And no special rules actually, and no terrain. But we will see some cool troops here, so it's kind of a special in that way. So let's put this aside and let's take a look at the actual battle board, which are kind of crowded, right? And this is a plain field as said, no terrain. So let's go through the troops. Here on the Syracusan left, we have, on the far left we have some cavalry. As I said, probably Gallic cavalry, some Greek cavalry, perhaps in the medium one. We have some auxiliaries, we have a warrior, and then we have a heavy infantry. Note that we don't have any hoplite rules in effect in this scenario, so these are the really heavy hoplites we're seeing here. Probably Italians, as said. Then we have the Greek center with Dionysus himself, and on the front we have some skirmishers, we have slingers, and we have bow units. And then we have 3 units of hoplites here, or not in game terms, these are heavy infantry and medium heavy infantry on the flanks of Dionysius. So probably he has some hand-picked the best men of his choice here that he has attached to. So those are heavy infantry, and then kind of a reserve here, another hoplite unit or medium heavy infantry. Over the right hand side, or the real Syracusan contingent of this army, we have some heavy cavalry at the far right, some lighter cavalry up front, and auxiliaries, another heavy infantry with Dionysus' brother Leptinus, and here we have medium heavy infantry and some light skirmishers up front here, some javelin throwers. And well, the Syracusans then. Let's start on the right hand side up here. So closest to us we are seeing 2 light cavalry. Don't know what that could be. They could actually be Greek. No, it's possible. We have some light skirmishers up front here as well, and back there we have 2 heavy infantry units, probably 2 Greek phalanxes there, and then we have some auxiliaries over there. And in the center, the Libyans with Himilco. We have up front, we have this suicide machine here. It's heavy chariots, you know, the guys who like to crash into enemy formations. And, well, you know, they are often not lasting that long because they only have 2 blocks. Then we have some skirmishers and a bow unit there. And back there we have the infantry line. So we have Himilco in the center with medium heavy infantry, and there's actually 2 medium heavy infantries there, and then they are flanked by some auxiliaries. And then we have this flank with a leader attached to a medium heavy infantry. We have a warrior unit, probably Gauls, back there, and then at the far left, seen from the Carthaginian side, we have some more auxiliaries. Up front here we have some slingers, and we have some cavalry. It's a heavy cavalry and a light cavalry there. Maybe Nubians. And yeah, that's it. So I think it's a fairly even struggle here. I mean, this could be won by whoever, because I just get the feeling it's kind of evenly matched here in terms of troops and quality. So for a battle plan, I think just move up and clash and hope to get the better rolls and hope to get the better cards than the opponent and see what happens, because yeah, I mean, I can't see any reason to do any smart moves here. It's just closing in and battle. That's what all this is about. It's a slugfest, I believe. So let's see what happens. So we start with the Syracusans, who have 5 cards, and then we play the Carthaginians. And let's start it. Okay, let's check the Syracusan initial hand. We have the first strike, and this is one of the parts I will keep with my Solitaire system. I will put it on the board. I will not draw another card for the Syracusans until this is played. And if you remember my rule for this, I will, when the Carthaginians will attack any Syracusan unit, I will roll a die, and if that roll results in a hit or a retreat due to the situation when I roll the die, then they will play it. If it's a miss or nothing happens, then they will not play the first strike at that point, and we'll check again when the next attack occurs. I hope this makes sense, but we will check the situation when it appears. So we have these 4 cards to consider for our first move. Then we have a counterattack. Of course we cannot play that now, but that could be handy in the later stage of the battle. So we could either open up on our right hand flank, in the center, or we could start with some movement on each and every sector of the battlefield. And maybe that's not too bad. We could start with a traditional skirmish attack. That could be nice. One thing is a bit worrying. It's that our left hand side here is already at the baseline, so we won't like to get the Carthaginians fall upon us when we are here, because then we don't have any retreat hexes, right? So at some point we like to move up those guys. It's not really crucial yet, I guess, but I mean, if the Carthaginians move up their lights and start skirmishing here and get flags, we could be in a bad situation. But of course we're pretty much in support here. And remember, warriors, they can ignore 1 flag as long as they are in full strength and so forth. So there's no real panic here yet, but at some point we want to move up those guys. The question is though, where should we open up? We don't have any guys in range yet, so we would need to move up some guys to get a good skirmish happening. But I think I'll go with that anyway. So I'll play this coordinated attack, and from the left sector I will activate the slingers. From the center I will activate some bows, and on the right hand side, well, should we get those lights into action, or should we do something with a light cavalry perhaps? No, let's take the light infantry. Yeah. So the slingers will move up 1 hex. Now they are in range. So will the bow unit here. And the light infantry also needs to move to get in range of an enemy. So we'll move those right up there. So every unit moved, so they only will attack with 1 die. And let's start attacking those bows there, because they are not supported. So a flag will force them to retreat to the baseline actually. So let's see what we get. And a flag we got indeed. So these guys got scared by those rushing light infantry here, throwing javelins as they go. So they find shelter here at back of the line. So, well, mission accomplished for those guys. They want to scare off some enemy skirmishers there. And now we want to attack those heavy chariots there. I need to check the stats for this. I'm not sure if they can ignore a flag. I think not. I think they can ignore one sword symbol in close combat. But I need to double check that just to be sure. A moment. Okay, here we go. So we have the heavy chariots there. Okay, they can ignore one sword hit. They can evade against foot and elephants, and they retreat one additional hex when they per flag when they attack by elephant or camel. Okay, no problems there. So they cannot by themselves ignore any flags. So we're gonna check if we hit those guys, and they have to retreat 2 hexes per flag. So let's see. We'll start with the slingers here. It's 1 die. That's nothing. And then we also fire some arrows. And wow, that's actually a hit. That's maybe even better than the flag. Because now they are very, very vulnerable there. Okay, good. Good skirmish. We scared off some bow units and we actually hit some horses here with our bow fire. Not a bad start. So we got the Carthaginians, and remember we have these for the Syracusans there. So they have, well, let's organize these cards a bit. Let's put the center cards there, and we put this one here. And here we're in order mounted. Okay, so we have some stuff in the center. We have a heavy troops card. Could be cool later. We have a dark in the sky, but we don't have too many units in skirmish range at the moment. Actually only one, and it's the light infantry there. And then we have an order mounted, which could be an interesting choice. Maybe not. We're still, that'd be cool to get those guys into action. Remember, heavy cavalry only moves 2 hexes, so they're out of range of any enemies right now. So, what should we do? Should we just answer the aggression on in the center here, perhaps, with another center card? And I mean, we could do that suicide attack with our chariots now, because they are more or less done for already when they took that hit, I think. And you know, they have 4 dice in their attack, so that's a really cool one. On the other hand, all the guys we can reach could evade. And then we are pretty much dead with a chariot. So maybe that's not... maybe we should save that one till later. I think so. I will play the... No, I will play the... 3 units center, maybe? I think so. Because then I can skirmish here. I will move those guys, and I can get back my bows into play. That's what I'm gonna do. So the chariots, they move back here into shelter. These guys move forward. They only have 1 die in attack now. And those guys they put. So let's skirmish away. Now let's start with the light infantry there. So it's 2 dice. That's a miss. And then we have some bowfire, 1 die. And that's a flag. So those guys need to go back 2. They go there. And that's it. Well, a bit cautious beginning here with some light troops skirmishing it out. No casualties yet for the Greeks though. Okay. We have 2 counterattacks now. And then we have 2 center and 2 on the right. So maybe we should just continue. We're happy with how this goes right now. So we can take 2 center and we just skirmish here. And the cool thing here is that those guys don't have any paths to retreat. Okay, they can ignore 1 flag, but would we roll a double flag, then we inflict loads of casualties there. So let's see. Let's start with the slingers. It's 2 dice. That's 1 hit. So we are decimating these Libyan skirmishers here. And then we follow up with a bowfire, who was so successful against those chariots in the last activation. Let's see if they're really good now. Yes, they are. They hit again. Those are really, really good archers there. Perhaps we are seeing some Cretan archers here. Who knows? And that's it. And I think the skirmish has started really good for the Greeks. Get them another card, and then it's the Carthaginians. Okay. Two in the center, 3 on the left. That would be up here. The heavy, the dark in the sky. Not cool right now. And then we have the order mounted. Should we shift focus perhaps? To threaten some of the flanks or something, and we could do that with this card, and we could also do it with a mounted here. But I think I will put some pressure on the Greek right here. So let's play the 3 over here, and we will start with some skirmishing, but I will also move up some cavalry here ready for charge. But we're gonna take it a bit easy. So these guys move here. They have moved. The light cavalry will place themselves there. Yeah, let's put it down, and then let's put these guys here. They can now strike anything in this line except that heavy cavalry there. So that threatens the Greeks, and maybe they have to put some attention here then. But maybe that was not too good, to be honest, because now we are placing ourselves in the way of the slingers. We won't want to do that. So Maybe we just should... Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this, so the slingers will take another step forward. So, these guys will of course not battle. So let's start here. It's one die against that light cavalry, and that's a miss. Then we have the slingers. Let's try out on those heavies there. And you know, that's a hit. First Greek casualty, and we also need to see the fate of Latinus here. Oof, that was close. I think he got on some stones on his helmet. So yeah, that's it. And now, as I said, we have some pressure on those guys, but we're still out of reach from their infantry, so that's good. We cannot get hit by this heavy infantry. Of course, if the Greeks have a card here, they can attack with their heavy cavalry against our heavy cavalry, but let's see. Okay, it's the Greeks. We have 2 here, we have 4 in the center. Or we could counter, that would mean we play the 3 units here. That could be interesting. Maybe we could use that in this case because we have 2 counter attacks, but maybe not. We could accomplish some with this card. Well, the question is, should we continue with the skirmish pressing on in the center, or should we do something here? Well, of course we suspect that the Carthaginians have something up their sleeve because they're so boldly moving up with their cavalry here, so maybe we should act here now. And knowing we have this, we could dare to move up and start a close combat here, more or less. So I'm gonna do that. I'll play this card. 2 here, and I won't actually start the attack on those Carthaginian heavy cavalry there, but so I will order both cavalry units. And let's get really bold. I go here and I go here. So it's a charge coming here now. And let's see. Yeah, let's start with the heavies. So the heavy cavalry charges the Carthaginian heavy cavalry with 4 dice. And yeah, that's basically it. There's no evasions, of course. So we got 2 hits in. But they stand the ground and they're still alive, so they will actually battle back now. So they hit with 1 as well, but they got 2 flags on us. That's a bit crazy, so let's see. We cannot take any flag or ignore any flag, so we actually need to go back 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3 and 4, because we cannot do this last one, so this was pretty much an exchange. So we charged, big carnage here, then we bounced, and the Carthaginians are standing their ground. And we have another close combat. It's the lights against the enemy lights. Well, I dare to do this because I'm hoping to get a flag here. Those guys are not supported, you know, so they can lose a lot of blocks if we roll some flags here now. That's what I'm hoping for. And we got 1 flag. That's not a hit, but that's... they need to go 4 hexes back. They can only go 1, 2, and then they start losing 3 and 4. That was good. And the good thing is we can move up. We can move another step. Now's the question: should we follow and kill those lights, or should we try to kill those heavies? The thing is, if we don't get those heavies, then we are done. That's for sure. Because they will roll back with 4 dice then. On the other hand, if I go after the lights, then I'm deep into Carthaginian territory here, and I will get killed. But of course, I can always evade. But I could, you know, I could get surrounded here, so I don't have any retreat path. So I don't dare to go after those guys. I will actually go here, but I dare to do that attack. I could ignore it to do that attack, but I'm gonna try, because those guys are not supported. So, you know, if I only get 1 flag, or even better 1 red, then mission accomplished. But if I miss, then it could be a catastrophe. Let's see. Too bad we did miss. So the Carthaginians will battle back, and these could be heavy. Luckily they didn't roll that good, so you got 1 hit on us. So we got away with that, and yeah, that's it. Well, big exchange of horse here. Maybe the Greeks got a bit better out of it, but both sides took very heavy casualties on their cavalry here. So let's see how this goes. Here's the Carthaginians again. We have the heavy troops, we have inspired leadership center, okay. We have the dark in the sky, not good right now. We have the mounted, and we have 2 in the center. Of course we have the line commandos up here. But thinking of doing the mounted now. The cavalry battle will soon be over here, and it would be nice if we get the best out of it. So we will sacrifice our cavalry now, first to take that light out, and then maybe hit some Greeks here on their main line before they start advancing, or before we start advancing on them. So I'm gonna do a bit of crazy move as I used to. If you have seen my previous videos, I do some crazy stuff, often with the cavalry. So I will order mounted. I can order 5 mounted units by this. No, I can order 6 mounted. I'm the Carthaginian player now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could also move that chariot there. I think I'll do that because I want to get those as much as possible in the safety, and if we can open up a gap, they could do a last hurrah attack from there, back of there. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. And here I'm gonna do the crazy move. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know that I'm sacrificing 2 guys here, and the Greeks will get some flags here, or banners, victory banners, but I'm hoping to cripple them because before I go down. And here we're gonna start the skirmish round. So we go here and we go here. Let's mark those as moved, so we only throw 1 die. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna start with the lights against the lights, because if I can get that one, no, sorry, I was thinking, no, sorry, of course I will not, yeah, sorry, yeah, I will go with the lights first. So attack those guys first. It's 2 dice, and you know, they are not supported. So if I just get one flag, I get them, and then I have these guys who could attack some other unit here, and that would be nice. Probably I would attack those guys with that last attack, but we have one die. No, it's two dice because it's close combat. And yeah, attacking the lights with the lights. I'm hoping for one flag, please. We didn't get that, but we got one hit. Well, it's not good enough. Not good enough, but well, they battle back now, and they missed, luckily. So that's what happened there. Okay, then I need to grab those guys to attack the lights anyway. I have 4 dice, 1 hit is enough. And remember, of course, those guys cannot evade. So let's see. We got it big time. So at last we got that light cavalry from the Greeks, and we got the first banner. I could of course momentum advance and then go again, and I will do that. So I'll go down here and I will attack that heavy infantry unit there. Yeah, that's basically it. Probably a bit crazy, but I hope to cripple those guys really bad. It's 4 dice. Come on. So we're looking for reds. We didn't get that, but we got 2 of these crossed swords. So 2 down actually. And we need to check up. Sorry, forgot something. Forgot this one. Crap. Too bad I forgot that. Should we re-roll these? Yes, I think we should. Yeah, I will do this again. Let's see if the light cavalry here first of all did the first strike. Well, they did because they got the flag. So they would attack here first actually. But they missed. So they have played the first strike now. I hope you did follow that. And then we can do the main attack with the lights. And this time we got them. So actually I will do like this. So the first strike is played. We got the Greeks from there with the lights. So these guys have not attacked at all yet. So they can, if they get these guys, they can actually get two attacks if they get the momentum attack also. So I hope I didn't confuse you too much now, but I wanted to play that first strike, of course. So now comes the first attack here. So it's 4 dice, and let's see what happens. So this time we got 1 hit and 1 flag, so 1 down, and the flag is of course ignored, so now they will hit back, and now it's probably war heavy cavalry history. But the Greek counterattack or the battle back was a disaster. They did miss me all along, so those guys actually survived, but I'm afraid they will not survive in the next turn. Well, they could, because the Greeks don't have any cavalry that can reach them actually. So if the infantry attacks, we could evade. So maybe they survive. Let's see. Sorry about that. That was a confusing battle section, but yeah, I forgot about that first strike, so I had to rewind a bit. So here's the situation, and now as the Greeks did play their first strike, we will immediately draw another card for them. Let's show the hand first, and then draw the 5th card for them. So we have a leadership any section, 2 here, 2 in the center, the counterattack, and the counterattack would be order mounted. Ah, sorry, I forgot. We have these flanks still not yet done, so let's do the skirmish here against those lights. First javelin attack, a flag, he can ignore that, and the second actually hit. So you put away one of the light blocks there and put these guys up again. Okay, now we are on track. So here's the Syracusan options then. So we could do a mounted, order mounted with this. And what do we have? We have the heavy. We have some mediums there and some lights. We could attack those guys, but they will of course evade. So it's a bit difficult to reach them with a mounted card. I'm a bit tempted to we should scare those cavalry off, because if we leave them unattended, they will just strike again next turn, so we don't want to see that happening. So for this turn I will play the 2 units right. And we're gonna attack here. And we're gonna... let's attack here. So Leptines and some auxiliaries will do the attacks. We'll start with Leptines against those heavies. And... yeah, they may evade against foot, so they rush back here, but we still got 5 dice in the attack and we need 1 red, and we get them. We got 3 of them, so yeah, they didn't evade. They were too entangled in the fighting here, so we got the first Greek victory banner. Then with another one, those guys evade. Now we have 3 dice in the attack and we need a green. We didn't get that, so those guys evaded successfully here. But we got the heavies and I'm really happy about that. So it was also in terms of victory banners we had an exchange here basically. So that's that. I wonder, maybe we should cut here and continue a bit later, because yeah, I think we have played 4 turns or something like that now. Yeah, I will end this session here and continue. But maybe, no, we're not ready with this turn yet. We should play actually the Carthaginians first, then we are ready with the turn. So let's play the Carthaginians and then I will upload this first part. So the Carthaginians, okay, they have... this card is good now, I guess. A Dark in the Sky would be... nah, not really good. It would be good here to get loads of javelins against that light. We could even get it. Bit tempting, but we could get at least... I go for this actually, because I can get that light cavalry away so they don't get killed. So let's play the outflanked. So it will be the slingers, it will be the light cavalry, and light cavalry, light cavalry. So these guys, they have done their job, so they go back 1, 2, 3, and 4. close the line up there. These doesn't move and these guys does not move. So let's start with the battle then. So the slingers continuing throwing stones against those heavies there with leftiness. So 2 dice and a flag. We can ignore that. Over here, first attack against those lights, it's 2 dice and nothing. Second attack, that's 1 hit. Good. We are wearing those Greeks light down here, so that's good. And that's it actually. New card for the Carthaginians. And oops. There we go. So that's it for part 1. What have we seen? We've seen loads of skirmishing happening, both flanks and in the center. And we have seen some initial clashes with the cavalry. The heavies took heavy losses on both sides. Carthaginians are completely eliminated for the heavy cavalry. The Greeks have some remnants left here, resting back here. And these heavy phalanx infantry here is down to 50% of their original strength, so heavy losses there too. No Greeks lost in the center, but we got some heavy chariots taking hits there, and also some Libyan skirmishers taking heavy hits here. Here we're seeing some harassing light cavalry from the Carthaginians wearing down their Greek colleagues there. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll soon be back with part 2, the Battle of Cronium. Bye for now.